Neil and I don't get the chance to meet up in London as often as desired, but we've both escaped again. Today is a bright, late summer Saturday, and we have all the time we need to enjoy a long list of pubs. Our chosen target area is a round bow on the eastern side of London. Neil knows some of the pubs in this area and is my leader once again for this tour. Hi, I'm Warren Brand and welcome to another Linleys video. After a late morning turbo meet-up with my son in the city, Neil and I meet at Mr G's Café in Stepney Green on the eastern side of London. Full English breakfasts start the day off well, as if you've seen any of our previous tours, that's the way we like it. And now we start. First off is a short walk west down the A11, passing the statues of William and Catherine Booth, who were founders of the Salvation Army. I don't know the area here at all, but I'm predicting to see a mix of nice streets with trees, grass and attractive spaces, contrasted by some less tidy spots. The White Hart is just on the left and we dive right in. Okay, if you've seen any of our tours before, you will know that Neil and I usually opt for a darker ale by choice, but it's a warm day in a lovely pub and a pint of lighter ale is a good way to start. I've a pint of Macy's Best Bitter and Neil is trying a half of that and a half of the IPA. We've not met up for a couple of months, not since our last trekking trip just before the summer, so we have lots to catch up about. The White Hart is a good pub, light, bright and yet with a warm atmosphere. I'd be tempted to return later in the evening when the place would be busy and buzzing. But we're now done here. Out and across the road at this busy junction is the Blind Beggar. Having started with some light beers, we now have a couple of light IPAs from Atlantic. Like all beers and ales, there's a sliding scale of types of IPA. Some I call extreme, with a strong citrus or other flavour. Not at all my choice, but the Atlantic IPA is fresh and fine for a warm Saturday afternoon. We have one each and sit towards the back of the pub. The Blind Beggar has some curious and somewhat complex history. As the stories go, the name of the pub was because Lord Henry de Montfort became a beggar locally after being wounded in the Battle of Evesham in 1265. Then in 1904, some years later, someone from a local gang stabbed another man in the eye with an umbrella. But the most striking incident which happened was the shooting of George Cornell by Ronnie Cray, a notorious gangster in the 1960s. A stray bullet hit the wall and, it's said, remains lodged in the plaster still. The pub is also a popular starting point for tours following the Monopoly pub crawl. Well, there we are. What a place to sit and enjoy a quiet pint with a mate. But we can't stay here all day. We have a full list of pubs to visit.
But I want to know that they're no good if you're for shite. So the last one,
We're on a march for a few minutes north, past some less tidy roadside buildings, past Bethnal Green tube station, and on to our next pub on the list. Just after the Young V&A Museum on the other side of the road, on the left here is the Dundee Arms. Not a great looking pub on the outside, I have to say, but it's on Neil's list, so I'm not questioning this visit. But don't let the outside style be an issue. Inside we're comfortable with a couple of pints of 5 points best bitter. And how about this? Upstairs is a little corner with mirrors, a chaise longue and some eerie lighting. This place you will either love or hate, and the time of day might swing your opinion. Right now, it's a chilled place to be. Heaving in the evening, I'm sure as well. I bet it used to be a complete dive, but now might well be considered a gem, trendy and a place to go if shabby is your style.
Oh, she pulled that on, didn't she? She did.
I would say they were both 6 out of 10. I'd be happy to drink them.
If we can get to that are like, if the price of Spitalfields is walkable from here.
Either crap or average.
I wanted the ladies.
I don't agree with you.
Moving on again, we're heading back to Stepney Green, very near to where we started at midday today.
Here going up to 1 AM. I want to see what they serve, but I don't necessarily think we're going to like it.
A bit of a trek again through Bethnal Green Gardens and down Globe Road, back to the A11.
Because of the environment. Because
so
of the
if that's
yeah,
a 6 out of 10,
I agree with that.
I will drink 5. If we're doing a half pint, whatever race you are right here,
oh, we're back.
Not just here, but you modern decor because it's a modern pub and it wants to be somewhere on the left.
Oh.
His form is on my list, which is no use to us. Warren does the full moon normally.
Full moon.
Even then I get sunstroke.
Just on the left here is the Half Moon, a Freehouse Wetherspoons pub this time.
I was seeing if there was the same.
A couple of pints of bare ass are called for. I don't know this brewery, but their ale is good.
Do you really?
There's lots of space here, glass walls with a garden to look out onto, warm colours and a mix of interior furnishing so that it's an ideal venue for daytime or evening drinking. What's not to like? And the price of beer is excellent too.
Yes.
This building's had a mixed life, but surely is a prize just now. It was originally a Methodist chapel built in 1900, but by the mid-1970s it had become disused and was taken over by a theatre group for almost 10 years, and then next, as it's today, become the Half Moon, taking its name from the theatre company. And we're off again, and this time a bit of a walk east along the A11, crossing over the Regent's Canal, then Undergrove Road and past Mile End Tube Stop. Cutting along the housing streets northish, the Lord Fier is on Lichfield Road. I think we're in the Bow area now. Dark and quite boring on the outside, the pink wheelie bin and the discarded wooden pallet doesn't enhance the front view. But inside things are much better. Another different bitter is there for enjoying, this time a golden drop from the Leeds Brewery.
Another Leeds?
There's a lovely beer garden out the back, but we've opted for an interior table right by the door. There is a balanced combo of traditional pub and light bright interior. I like it. And the beer.
Right, well, I told my mate.
We're steadily working through Neil's list and doing well.
I was thinking of you. So.
No, this is somewhere. We done a thing.
It's got a vibe about it. In terms of pub been all my life. I think what.
That is true. And that is true. The food is good. Okay, I've seen a few things.
A pint lasts as long as a pint lasts, and when it's gone, it's gone. We aren't having another in the same pub here, so it's time to move on. Around the corner is the Morgan Arms. I'm liking the lighter coloured paintwork and the flowers, rather different to some frontages we've seen so far today. Better? Well, not necessarily, just different. Good though. The Morgan Arms has their own best bitter. We're trying it, and yep, it's a good drop with a decent colour.
Videos look good when they're edited. He wasn't that much younger than me, but young enough.
The window seat gives us a view inside the pub as well as a chance to see the world go by outside. Nice for sitting back for an hour or two, but that's not the plan, of course, and we escape, heading on to another venue. I hope you're keeping up with us. Are you following us on the map as well?
The right way, does it?
A little down Coborn Street, just south of the Morgan Arms, is the Coborn. This pub blends into the surroundings. It tries to hide. It's in disguise, pretending not to be there. But the sign and the sunshades give it away, and we're going in. A couple of Young's London specials is requested. Ornate inside, fancy in fact. All the deep colours and the ornate features makes the interior quite different from the outside. With the afternoon moving on, there's more of a buzz about the pubs. Life in London is awakening. The pub seems to be a go-to place for locals rather than being a draw for Londoners. Good food is on offer too. Somehow bigger on the inside. I think it's been extended into the housing buildings either side as well. But let's not get too comfortable, Neil. Beers are finished. Let's get a wiggle on.
What angle did we see?
Outside, the light is going. We move on sharpish down Mile End Road, as Neil suitably points out. A bit of a walk east to seek out a fine dining restaurant. And this one has eat-in tables too.
Or
Next one, not far at all, is a little way back along Mile End Road.
yeah. Do you know the worst thing? That he's not a Jacobite.
The Bow Bells, seriously coloured on the outside and dating back to the early 1800s, is well known for its haunted ladies' toilets. London Pride this time, and jug glasses as well. Neil has been in touch with a work colleague who lives quite nearby, and he's dived out to join us for a couple of drinks. Hi Fred.
Do that again without the set your face to the camera.
We considered stopping for longer for a second pint here, but that goes against our overall tour plan. There is one more pub we can fit in before the night is over.
I'm going to go for me to be otherwise.
I don't know.
Yeah, this old bird called Beverly is a bit miserable. Yeah, we sat there, we drank, didn't we, Warren?
We did.
They would see this bust of Gandhi at the back.
There are more pubs to visit in the area, but we make the Galvanizers Union the last for this tour. An odd name for a pub for sure, and the most modern on our list today, I think. Pints of Volden all round, another new one for me today.
0, 0, 0.
Inside there are old wooden benches, ones you would find in an old school workshop. Nice style, different.
What the brewer takes Coborn beer.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like Coborn.
Well, that's our tour mostly over for this time. I hope you managed to keep up with us. Do you know any of these pubs? Did we miss one nearby? Can you recommend one in the area? I have a long way to travel to get home. Not so for Neil or Fred. I leave them to finish their pints and head for the nearest tube station, Bromley by Bow. Thank you for watching, and from the Bow area of London, bye for now.